JCP&L under a lot of fire for how they handled the recovery after 2 winter storms this week, trying desperately to get the power back on, but they're not hitting the timeline that some of the politicians and certainly the homeowners want to see. Well, they lost a major issue in court on Thursday, where a judge ruled against their 10-mile transmission line that they want to put in Monmouth County. Judge said they haven't proved their case. George Falkowski has the details. George?
It's a story with a bit of an ironic twist, because during a week where thousands of people in our area are still without power, an administrative law judge has blocked Jersey Central Power and Light from building a proposed 10-mile transmission line in Monmouth County. It was to run along a stretch of the North Jersey coastline tracks, but met resistance from a number of towns along the way. In fact, a local group called RAGE, Residents Against Great Electric, celebrated the decision on their Facebook page Thursday, proclaiming, "This is huge. Way to go, Ragers." JCP&L naturally disagreed, and in a statement they said, any alternatives to the proposed project would cause significantly greater disruption to the community, environmental impacts, and project costs. The case now heads to the State Board of Utilities, which can agree with, reject, or modify the ruling. And in this week where so many more are demanding reliable sources of power, some in New Jersey are saying, "Not in my backyard." For Chasing News, I'm George Falkowski.
Thank you, George. All right, let's bring in somebody that knows a lot about this issue, representing a big portion of this area of New Jersey, Congressman Chris Smith. Congressman, welcome back to Chasing News. How are you?
Bill. Great to be on again. Thank you.
So, Congressman, let me ask you, I've got to believe you are hearing from your constituents over and over again. The outcry against JCP&L on this new line was thunderous, and now a judge ruled against them. What do you expect is going to happen?
What the judge said, Judge Cookson said, was that they had not made their case. They didn't prove necessity, and to put, to be such a bad neighbor, to encroach on so many houses, homes that abut it. It's a right of way, New Jersey Transit. But these lines could be or these poles, monster poles, could be as high as 210 feet high.
Wow. What do you say to the power companies saying, look, we need more power, not less?
Well, that has nothing to do with the power outages. We had the same problem with Hurricane Sandy, Superstorm Sandy. I remember, JCP&L had a boatload of complaints against it. And interesting, PSE&G, and that's where I get my power, my wife and I, in Mercer County, we didn't have the same kinds of problems. So they need to upgrade and fix many of the problems, stations. This was not, this doesn't do anything.
Congressman, thank you. Always good to talk to you. Great to see you. Enjoy your weekend. All right, let's bring in our A+ panel for this evening's show, joined by Randy Brown, who is the mayor of Evesham. First time on the show. Welcome, Randy.
Thanks
good to have you
me,
here.
Bill.
Lisa Durden, pop culture expert, back with us. Always good to see you, Lisa.
Of course.
And Randy Thompson joins us for the first time. He is the president of the nonprofit Help, Not Handcuffs.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Randy, I'm going to start with you. You are a mayor. I'm sure you deal with a lot of constituent issues constantly. The not in my backyard that Congressman Smith brought up, very, very important point. I look at this as at some point somebody's going to have to build new transmission lines. No?
Can we maybe start replacing these wires to put them underground? What do? We still build the same poles up, same wires, same trees. Every other year it's this type of storm. And when we get this storm, what do? We put the poles back up, the wires back up, trees back down. It repeats itself over and over again.
Lisa, what do you think? Very frustrating. I mean, tens of thousands of people were out of power. Even as this second storm hit, there were 30 or 40,000 people, as I understand, out of power. What do you do? Is it practical to spend the money on burying these lines, or should we put that money into other programs?
Well, I think it is practical, and I love what the judge did. And I think that, I smell a rat. I wonder if they want to put all these lines in with all these millions of dollars so that they can turn around later on and say, I'm raising your bill 40%. Like, I kind of feel funny about that. But I also wonder the government funding that they got years ago when we had Hurricane Sandy. Where's all that money? What did you do? Did you increase the numbers of people that are working there, the numbers of trucks? I don't know what they did with that money. So it's almost like double dipping to me. I'm not getting it.
These are new lines. If they buried the new lines, I can't imagine anybody would have had an objection.
Probably not. But, it's really interesting because after Sandy, there was 2 points of resiliency, hardening the grid and microgrid so that you could stay afloat even if the main grid goes down.
This microgrid idea, I've heard that over and over again. My house has been out of power for a week, but I've got a natural natural gas generator. It's connected to the ground. I want to be off the grid if I can. Why aren't we out talking about that, Mayor?
Well, we really should, because right now, if you look at other states like California, Nevada, they've got these battery backups. They've got these lithium-ion batteries and other metal batteries, and we have just not. We've got to do something legislatively to start bringing that to us, because enough of these gas generators.
Start a pilot program in your town.
I will
follow.
do.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you, guys.
I agree.